Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious episode 27, recorded on Thursday, June 16th, 2016, at approximately 6:16 at a time. That's a lot of sixes.
Yeah.
I am one of your
You
hosts.
started to break up a bit.
I don't even know what the deal is. Anyway, I am joined by my dude Mike, aka Scarfinger. What's going on, player?
What's going on? You ain't say the real talk.
Real talk. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, fresh out of E3.
Right.
Yeah,
We fresh off the strip. You know, got the new threads.
What?
You went like that.
I got a little bit on. I got a little bit. But yeah, man, we fresh off of the E3 week. It's been an interesting week. I'll say that when it comes to the E3 and some of this other stuff, man.
Yeah, man, it's been real interesting. Let's talk about E3 since you kicked off with it. Yeah, let's do that. Look here, man. If you guys missed it, we did a whole lot of streaming on E3, and we streamed every conference that we could, and we put our thoughts on top of it. And I thought it went pretty well. And Mike, what did you think about E3, man? I think gamers kind of came out on top, dog.
I won. That's what I keep saying. There was a poll on the Epic Gamer app. It was like, who won E3? And I'm like, you don't have an option for me, because I won. As a person who owns the Xbox, the PlayStation, and a PC, like I won. Like there's so much. Like the best part about E3 when you own all three is you don't have to pick a winner. Because no matter what gets announced, there's nothing that you can't play. So what do you got to be mad about? And I put that on Twitter too. It's like, it was like, you don't have to choose. Like if you have them both, you never have to choose. Go STFU. I really would rather tell them to sit down, but just kind of be quiet. Like you don't have to jump in this fray, because at the end of the day, especially between Sony and Microsoft, they both did extremely well. In my opinion,
they did. Yeah.
They did. They both did extremely well, and they both had really good showings. But they both did great for different reasons.
Yeah.
And that was the best part about it.
Right. Well, first, let me say big shout outs to Keith, aka Rogue Spirit, because he recognized that I real talk in the chat. So thanks for joining us, Rogue Spirit. I appreciate it, man. But I'm gonna steal Casual Terror's line, and I'm just gonna echo his sentiments because it's so applicable. He said that Microsoft made me excited about games I can play this year. Sony makes me excited about things I can play next year or later, and that's essentially it. Like they both came out and effectively swung for the fences, and I think both succeeded. So
you know what I said the first E3 of the 1 and the 4, I said Sony makes games I really would like to play and would like to try. Microsoft makes games I would like to own. And that's always been the underlying feeling for me. Like I like the Uncharted series, but none of these I feel like I need to own.
Well, see, I feel this past E3, I feel like God of War, the new God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, PS4. I feel like all of those. Insomniac, I feel like I own and just play the mess out of. So,
but see, here's my thing. All of those games that you announced, with the exception of the Spider-Man game that I have zero interest in, the games that you just announced are games that I'm like, I would love to play that. Do I want to play that twice? And usually my answer with those type of games is no.
Okay.
Like with games like Halo and Gears, like the replay value is in the friendships and playing the game with y'all and all of that kind of stuff. And my camaraderie console is the Xbox.
Right. And it's kind of been like it's been that way for most of us for a while, right? It's kind of been like that
Yeah,
for
I
a
mean,
while.
let's be honest. Without the Xbox, the community wouldn't be anything.
Right. I
Xbox
don't
Live,
think OFR
Xbox
would have
Live,
existed.
yeah, Xbox Live gave us the community the way that the community is, and the way that Xbox originally nurtured the community from their perspective. Gave us what the community is. Now they let go of the reins, and that's when it all went off the rails for most of us. When they let go, they the fall of like the Gamer Score blog and all of that kind of stuff was the rise of rampant fanboyism.
Yeah, it really was, man. Like things got real nonsensical. And I mean, it sucks. I mean, our gaming community is here, but it's here in a different fashion. I don't think it's as broad reaching as it was, but it's here. So we just have to work, I guess, concentrate on building this one up. But man, so Microsoft and Sony both succeeded. But man, can I express my anger, I guess, or my ire at
Oh,
EA?
we
And
going EA? Like I was,
we're
as
going
soon as you
EA,
say,
like
as soon as you say ire, I say EA. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
The only game Scarfinger and I were interested in that entire EA conference was Mass Effect, and they came out and gave us again another trailer talking about you're gonna really love the game. It's cool. We've been working a little bit more footage. Here's a little bit more information about the story. Let's give you some clips, maybe with 2, maybe 3 scenes of actual gameplay in it, and then let's talk around the universe. Let's not give you a date. Let's not give you real information. Let's give you the full background on your character that you're going to be playing with, who's the astronaut's name. By the way, is Ryder, which is in honor of Sally Ride, the first American woman in space. Let's not give you any pertinent information. And I was sitting there watching that press conference, upset. Check out the feed. I was upset. Like Scar was mad. He was like man, they ain't told me nothing. So yeah, the ire goes straight toward EA, and most of their conference revolved around FIFA.
Yeah.
So
They spent way too much time on FIFA.
yeah. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I'm gonna be there on day one for Mass Effect. Like,
I think we
am I
still
gonna be
have.
there?
I think we still have time. I think we still have time to actually get more information. But I think it's a little late in the game to have as little information as we have.
Well, I do agree with you to a point. I know that EA and BioWare did strategy with Dragon Age Inquisition, but it actually worked. So with Dragon Age Inquisition, they waited time, which the November 7th. That's the date that they always have, where they just spill a lot of information about Mass Effect and the next game coming. And when BioWare was going through the Dragon Age Inquisition process, they would do a live stream every week or every 2 weeks, and they would reveal more information about the game, play a new section, have different, because in Dragon Age you could switch around different skill, so different dialogue options, things like that. And then with different things you can do, different strategies. So they're going to do, and it worked right up to launch. Like it had me hype all the way up through launch. And so if BioWare replicates the same process with Mass Effect, I may still be interested, but I just don't think it's going to be a day one, because to me they're not infused with the amount of confidence that they need to be infused. They're not infusing, or I guess effusing that amount of confidence that they should be as strong as Mass Effect. They should knowing that they got Mass
It's
Effect.
what happens. It's certainly what happens when all of the big dogs leave. Like it's like
Yeah,
it's what happens when it's what happens when when you're watching a basketball game and the starters go out of the game and then you realize why the backups are backups.
Right.
You know, that's pretty much what's happening at BioWare right now. You realize
Right.
why why the doctors and Casey Hudson and all, Drew Karpathian and all of these people were like in charge of their respective parts of this thing. And then when all of them are gone and there's not one of them left that say, okay, I got you. Because Casey Hudson is like the godfather of it, and with him leaving, it's just like, wow, like, you sure we won't do this?
Right, like really.
So it's really like the starters are gone, and they don't want nothing to do with this. Like, it is not even just the fact that they, that they left the company, but like they don't want anything to do with this thing anymore at all. Like, it's they don't want nothing to do with it. There's like, you know what? I'm out. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this Mass Effect thing at all. That's the crazy part.
Now, I was surprised because you were really impressed by Titanfall 2. Like, you were telling me during watching the trailer, you were like, they sold me on it. And
you know what? I will say this. If we hadn't played Titanfall the Friday before, I may not have felt the same. Because every time I play, because I got my Xbox after everyone else did. So by the time I got an Xbox, I got Titanfall because it was a sale. But everybody had already moved on. And every time I play Titanfall, it's like, why don't I play this more?
Right.
But it's like, yeah, because everybody moved on. And that's the reason why we can't play. That's the reason why we don't play Titanfall. And it was pretty like Friday we just had a pretty good time, and I was like, you're gonna take the thing that I just had a good time with a few days before. You're gonna take that and you're gonna make it better. Okay, you got me.
Yeah. No, impressive, man. It really did. I'm kind of a wait and see. Like me, I'm just learning as I get older. Shooters are just not my forte. Like, I'm not very good at them, and I don't get as much fun from them as I get from like an action adventure melee fighting game or an RPG. I just don't get as much satisfaction for the equivalent amount of investment.
I'm out on competitive multiplayer. I'm completely out on competitive multiplayer. I don't care. But you give me some co-op, even if it's just like a horde mode or something like that, I'm down. Right. I can do that. Like me, I want to play. I want to play games with my friends. I don't want to play games with the rest of you. Sorry. That's just how I am. Like, we get together for the OFR game nights. Those are my people. Those are people that I trust. I have trust issues. When it comes to video game stuff. So I want to play games with people I trust, and you guys are the people that I trust. So when I play video games of any kind, either I'm playing by myself or I want to be around people that I trust, and I don't trust the public. And you know what?
Right.
I don't enjoy being in Halo being called a Negro. I'm saying it in a nice way.
Right.
I don't enjoy being called that over and over again. The moment I open my mouth, some child is calling me the N-word over and over again. And you know how many times that people. The moment I say something, they'd be like, "Oh, that guy's black," and then they go, into. It seems like it's a script sometimes of like, "Oh, how are you able to afford internet?" And this box was $400. How are you able to afford $400? When you're on welfare and all this other stuff, and it's just like, wow, all I said was hello. Like that type of thing.
Right. Right.
And that just makes me not. I don't. It just becomes a. It becomes a song. I don't want to go there. And that's just. That's pretty much what it is for me. Like, I just don't want to go there. I don't want to be around those people. I loved that the Black Ops games have team training. where you play multiplayer, but they're populated by bots with the names of your friends.
Right. Yeah.
And your friends can join you. And your friends can join you in the team training. So your actual friends can join you. And like that, I enjoy that. I enjoy co-op modes and all that kind of stuff. I just don't want to do it. I just don't care. I don't have that real competitive gene when it comes to video games. I'm not very competitive. Like, I already know I'm awesome. I don't need to prove it. So I just don't really care about competitive multiplayer at all. And it's gotten to the point to whereas I'm just like, where I actively avoid it.
Right. And I mean, that's why when everyone's talking about Battlefield 1 and things like that, and even though the Call of Duty did look surprisingly good, I'm just like, no, I'm out on those.
Battlefield 1 looks terrible. I'm sorry. Right now, it looks terrible. Call of Duty, we were all surprised because we saw that and we thought it was VR. And we're watching this thing and we're like, wow, that's kind of awesome for a VR game. And then it says Call of Duty. It was like, okay, is that VR? I don't know. But it seemed a little better than we thought. But also, it looked like Halo.
It did, down to the buttons and switches. like it was down to the buttons and switches. So I look, man. EA said that was probably the most disappointing conference, hands down for me. The most disappointing conference.
I would say so, because I expected to be disappointed by Bethesda because I don't play any of their games.
And that's what we were going into. And it started off right. Bethesda started off right because A, they started off on time, but B, they had Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb back together. The old G4 crew, they were co-hosting this conference, which I like those two as a duo, and I'd watched them for, I don't know what, 4 years, I guess. And so they were really good, really entertaining, but they showed a lot of games.
I really like Adam Sessler because I'm smart.
Right. He's a smart guy. Like, that's why I like him. He's well read. He's an intelligent dude.
He's a smart guy, and every time I go, I get that reference, I feel smart.
Right. So the games that impressed me from Bethesda were Prey and Dishonored 2. Now, there were a lot of other things that were announced, but Prey and Dishonored 2. Prey is a revival of the original game, Prey. They're rebooting that entire series that came out on the original Xbox, right? Or was it? Well, no, was it the 360? It was the 360, wasn't it?
It was a 360 game, yes.
Yeah, it came out on 360.
It looked cool. Unless you start doing all those portals and flipping me all upside every which way, then I'm cool. What they showed looks really cool. So I will find out more about the game, and I will play depending on whether they're gonna flip me around or not.
Right, exactly. And the other thing that Dishonored 2, which you were like, it's okay if they let me sneak around and kill people. I know
they let me kill. If they let me kill people, I'm good. But if I kill people and then y'all make it impossible for me to play through the game, then
Nope. No. So Dishonored 2 releases November 11th, 2016. So that's November 11th. And I'm looking forward to that one. My oldest loved the first Dishonored, so I know he's looking forward to that one as well. And then, we talked about together. Real quick, let's talk about Ubi's conference so we can just come back and talk about the titles from the Microsoft and Sony that we're excited about, because I really got it. So Ubisoft, look, man. All of us were pretty, like, I saw that Ghost Recon Wildlands. Finally, they showed it. I finally got around to watching it because I missed it when you guys were watching it live. It was good. It was really good.
It was really good.
Surprised me.
Okay, let's be honest about this. Let's be honest about this, though.
Okay.
It was a little on the dry side. Like, there wasn't a whole lot, and especially when you're chasing down the dude and like everybody is, somebody's in the truck, somebody's in a motorcycle, and you're trying to figure out how to ram him, like how long it took to ram him off the road. It's like, come on, son. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. So that part, but I was extremely excited. I mean, it was the only game that I really cared about seeing with UB. But now I'm kind of looking at that Watch Dogs like, maybe because I'm black. Because I'm black and I like rap music.
Right. Don't Sweat the Technique was in there.
Yeah, maybe we'll rock him, dog. Like you got to respect these dudes for going straight rock him.
Right, right. No, you got to. I think it was well done. His pants were a little too tight for my tastes, but
Yeah.
I guess you can go through and change outfits. But Watch Dogs 2, it was okay.
But
I mean, it looked a
my
lot like the
division
other Watch
my
Dogs.
division character kind of has tight jeans, so I can't front.
Yeah, you do wear skinny jeans in the division just because you
Well,
can.
just because, not for any reason, just because. So I
Right,
can't front on them. I can't front on for the skinny jeans. Me personally, in real life, I can't wear skinny jeans. I can't.
right, right. I mean, I can, but I don't, and it's for good
No, I
reason.
can't. I can't.
Um,
No, I
Comfort.
can't. No, I can't.
And For Honor, like I think we were all watching that being played, and we were all like, "Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yes,
That looks
sir.
pretty fun."
Samurai sword for the win.
Yeah, man, the Samurai Crew. So I signed up for the beta. You can go out there and sign up for the beta. I signed up for it, and everyone should go out there and do it. I think is it foronor.ubisoft.com? I believe that may be it. Go out there and check it out. Choice, and it asks you to choose your faction. Right now, it's only Samurai, Viking, and Knight, I believe. So those are the three factions you have to choose from.
Man, don't nobody want to be no knight.
Right. Well, Ace will. He loves that medieval stuff. But listen,
But it's
you.
Ace.
That's true. That's true. I am down for honors later on. If they're gonna add more factions and more different groups, because they actually had a fourth faction that was revealed during the gameplay or during whatever trailer they were showing. But if they're gonna continue to add factions and multiply them down the line, then that's gonna really work out. It's gonna require a lot of balancing, but I think that's gonna be what's gonna carry that game. So those are the games that I was looking forward to. Of course, the Division is getting a couple of expansions, but it seems like everyone now is checking out on the Division. I still go back because I just like how it feels. It's comfortable, you know.
I played a game with y'all. I don't care about playing on my own.
Right, right. Now, this is what I want to get around to with Microsoft and Sony. Okay, so Microsoft, as a PC owner who I play a lot of games on my PC, the Play Anywhere, which is a universal Windows application, means that I can buy the game once on Xbox One and play it on my PC or my, and so for me, just the ability to go in the games that I'm really looking forward to, Record. Really looking forward to that. That's September 13th of this year. Forza Horizon 3, September 27th of this year. Wasn't really looking forward to Gears till I saw it again, but that's October 11th of this year. And Scalebound, which is coming next year. It's coming in early 2017. But that's also a UWA, so I could buy that game once and play it in multiple locations. And if you game share, then it's also accessible there. So that is really, really awesome. I'm really excited about that entire feature. So Play Anywhere has got me. Like I'm all about that life. I really am.
You broke up.
Anything
You broke up.
else from there? In the Microsoft conference that you liked quite a bit?
You broke up a bit, but I'll try to see if I can pull this off. I really liked almost everything that they showed, with the exception of course, I don't care about driving games. I don't care about Scalebound, and that game with the mask, creepy. Everything else, I was just like, okay, all right, let's see about this. I thought they had a really good showing, and I thought you see, the thing about Microsoft is they have the games that I care about. Like, they have the games that I care about.
Right.
They have the games that I want to own, like Halo Wars, just watching Halo Wars and the cinematic of like everything's going on and the two generals are walking towards each other like, like that was awesome. And the fact that they were using the fact that like a real Halo fan would have noticed that they were using digital versions of the live action commercials for like the soldiers attacking and stuff like that at the beginning.
Yeah.
They were using digital versions of those live action stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. It was a nice touch. I'm really all about what they had going on. And
it was impressive.
The thing that I liked about it A lot of people have a problem with them saying that it's exclusive if it's going to be on 2 platforms. But I loved that every single thing they were just like exclusive, 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 exclusive,
Hmm.
exclusive. Take these, take these, take these. It was just like, ugh. It's like,
Was it Puffy all over the press
yeah,
conference? Take that, take that,
no,
take
no. It was like,
that.
it was. They were giving gamers the long stroke. Like they were giving gamers the long stroke. They're like, take girl. Oh,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like they were giving gamers the long stroke, and
Right.
I appreciated them talking about dates, and I appreciate them saying like you're not getting this nowhere else, or at least not for a while.
Right. Right. And I like that. I like that too. I like that too.
I
And
like
the game with the masks.
because a lot of people, their problems with Microsoft especially is the fact that they don't have very many exclusives, and I'm like, okay. Microsoft would lean very heavy third party last generation, and
Hmm.
they're just like, nope, we got this. Like, and they just kept hitting you over the head. Now we don't know if some of those are timed exclusives. I don't think it matters that much. Um,
The only one that's timed is We Happy Few, the one with the masks that you say is creepy. That one comes to Xbox One first, and it comes July 26th.
okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm happy too. Like the dates thing, like they kept hitting with dates. Like you know when you're gonna play these things, and here you go. This is what you have now with Sony though. They have a lot of things that I wanted to play, but I didn't. I don't know when I'm gonna play up. But the one that did excite me the most was Horizon Zero Dawn. That thing's coming out February 28th of
They're
2017.
they're extremely good at spectacle. Like and
Yep.
and they understand how we are going to view epics. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right. Hmm.
they understand how we view the scale and the majesty. Like Microsoft was just like, we're gonna show you these games, and they're all ours. Um,
Hmm.
and Sony's just like, magic, bitch. But I think Sony is very good at the magic at E3. Outside of E3, not very much. But
Right.
they're very good they're very good at smoke and mirrors, because we know that a lot of that stuff is hollow until we know dates. Oh crap! I lost you completely.
And
Oh, there you go.
I'm still here. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. They do that. They will announce a lot. They'll clear it up after the show. Sony's really good at clearing it up after, but look forward to 2017 or something like that. So I mean, they had a lot of games that were all really cool. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, mentioned that already. The Last Guardian actually got a release date. I'm not a fan of Team Eco stuff at all.
I don't care.
But a
I
lot
don't
of people
care.
are.
I don't care. But a lot of
God of
people
War,
are asked.
right? God of War 4 is on its way. It's in that one. The Spider-Man PS4 game in production. No date on that. Death Stranding, Kojima's exclusive PS4 game. In
That we don't know
production.
what
No
it
date on
is.
that.
And
Yep. Yep.
by that behind the scenes picture, I don't think he knows either.
Right. Right. I'm just like, wow. The thing is, like, that was a strange trailer. Just look up Death Stranding. That trailer. Watch it. Has Norman Reedus in it from The Walking Dead, and it is weird. It is very. So if you can explain to me what it means, then you deserve a cookie.
No, if you can explain what that means, you're the best.
Right. Detroit Become Human, which is Quantic Dream's new game. Yeah, I've been looking for a release date for that thing, and
Did the Heavy Rain remaster ever come out?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it did. I know. So
Okay.
I think they did Beyond Two Souls, right? But I think maybe the Heavy
Yeah.
Rain, but the Beyond Two Souls did not. I don't know. One of them came out, one of them didn't. But
I thought they came
yeah,
together.
Detroit Become Human isn't gonna arrive until 2017.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, at the time they did them one at a time because I remember specifically that.
You
So
sure?
it's on VR. I'm sure. I'm 100% positive.
Okay, I'm taking your word on it. I don't think you're right though.
I'm telling you. Like you might be. Well, no, you might be right. All I know is that Sony spent 13 minutes on VR, and I wasn't bored. I was surprised because I wasn't bored. I was just gonna check out during the VR section, but they kicked it off with Resident Evil 7, and that was phenomenal looking. Like that looked great. I'm a Resident Evil fan, and that looked great. And then they showed a lot of games that also look good, like the Farpoint one. That one also really looked good. And then Call of Duty, it was in the VR section, but I think it started a different section there at the end. And we thought it was all VR, but it looked great. And then we saw Call of Duty. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, I probably still
I'm
won't
not
buy it.
interested in VR, but it very much the stuff that they had looked better than anything that they were any other VR stuff that they were showing. Like this stuff actually looked like real games.
Right, right. Now, also, I'll say this, man. Sony had the shortest press conference they've had in like 3 years. It was over in 75 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. Their press
Yeah,
conferences normally run 2 hours. And
and it was only an hour 15 minutes because they spent 15 minutes on the orchestra and didn't show anything for the first 15 minutes of the press conference.
but I was surprised, but I was impressed as well. So
Yeah.
as I said, man, it was
it was
good. It
it
was
was
good, but
it was it was concise. They had pretty much had something for everybody except racing fans. Um, and
mhm.
I mean they was just like, we're gonna give you games, like we don't have to talk about none of this other stuff. I think that they should have mentioned Powers because I believe Powers is awesome. I'm watching Powers. I hate that they don't do it Netflix style. They release one a week. um
Mhm.
and Powers is amazing, and they didn't mention
Yeah,
it
it
at
is.
all. So
Well, they can't be hypocrites. They can't get on the Microsoft for talking about TV and then come out and talk about TV the very next year. So, or not the very
they
next
did
year,
do
but in their
they did that
conference,
they
they
did
they've
that
done
already.
that. Yeah, yeah, but
They did
they
that.
can't. They don't want to
Yeah,
do
but
it
they've done it.
anymore.
But they've done it.
They
They've
they
done it.
have
But they've
they
done it.
have.
They've done it.
So, but we were on all our thoughts over our streams. Scar, I got about 15 for things. You used our music that was used that we licensed to be used that was shown at a conference that we knew was going to be showing it. So I had to go in and dispute everyone. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting paid any money for this video, but it doesn't matter. And so I had to go in and dispute everything. And so that sucks because you can't just bulk dispute because all of them were the same dispute. It's like I'm not getting any money for it. So I absolutely despise that
I tried
process.
to do I tried to do that for I did a 2K video, and they put links to all of the music that was on, and but the copyright holder for the Ramones was bucking.
Hmm.
And when I put like, hey, I'm not making no money off of this, they were like, sorry, not good enough. So that the whole section of the part where the Ramones are is silent.
Hmm.
They made that whole part of the video silent.
And I just like I don't understand it because here's the thing:
What
it's
happened to fair
generally
use?
things. I said things are generally fair use. Exactly. They're generally fair use if you're not making any money off of them, or at least you cite the source. And I wasn't the originator of the video, but the original source of the video cited the source A and B. I'm not making any money off of it. I'm not even trying to monetize it. So there should be no call or cause for any of that. But YouTube is really good about going through and they looked at mine and they were like, okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So I still got one outstanding. I need to go in and dispute and take a look at it and my live streaming capabilities. But whatever, I'm gonna go in, dispute it because people can make claims, and that's one thing I hate about this system because it's one-sided.
Yeah.
It's a plaintiff favorable side system because if someone makes generally the plaintiff, which is the plaintiff in this case, when they make a complaint, then they are taken as being assumed right. People don't validate it, so it's upon the person being accused to go in and validate or invalidate a claim, and it's more burdensome on the person who was just accused of something than the person accusing them, when generally that should never be the case. So I hate that. I just want you guys to know if there's any confusion on how I feel about that, I despise it. So um That's about it.
I'm with you on that.
Sucks, man. It sucks, dude. I wish it on no one. It really does. But I was riding my bike yesterday. I think it was yesterday, Scar, and it made me think of my boy double A. Shout outs to Anthony Alex, Angry Mailman.
Okay,
Shout outs to him
that's the
because
homie.
he is the homie. Um, Shout outs to him because I was riding and my bike ride takes me through a park. And this park actually had, and I love it, they had two mailmen sitting down eating lunch together. They both had their USPS trucks parked right by
Hmm.
like the little area they were sitting in eating lunch. It was 12:20 because I looked at my watch when I was riding, or I looked at my phone when I was riding. I got it in a little case on my bike, like right up front. And I just thought that was cool. I'm like, how cool is that? It's 12:20. You eating lunch. You sitting outside at a park with your homie, just chilling. And odds are those mailmen are, if not done for the day, they are almost done for the day. Like, how cool would that be? Right? So I thought that was cool, man. So shout outs to all the mailmen, and former mailmen. So I really appreciate that, man. But hey, and this, I guess it kind of off it. I thought he lived in Orlando as well. But we gotta talk about Lando, man, because this terrorism, man, is wow, wow. Like at some point, America is gonna have to realize so petty with everyone else because we even because the rest of the world is trying to kill us as well. In addition to people inside our own borders, in our country. So we like the pettiness, the ignorance of racism and of classism and of all of these that really don't matter. Honestly, like your life can be taken in a second, man. You need to just start valuing things that matter. And we as Americans really need to start valuing things that matter. My heart goes out to everyone who was a victim or a friend or family member of a victim. That that's just senseless violence. And I really don't know. Well, I think his name is Omar, who was the I don't know his name. I don't know his last name though. But
No, don't even worry about it.
man, just that stuff that's going on, man, it's problematic in our society. And Scar, again, man, I don't know how people constantly get a hold of all these guns, but it happens.
The guns aren't the problem. Well, first of all, you know what's the worst thing ever? It has to be like the worst feeling ever. Not just knowing that your loved one is dead, but there's families that learned that their child was gay at the same time that they found out that they had been killed.
Right.
Um,
That's
wow,
man.
that's got to be heavy. Like especially if you just didn't know, that's got to be so heavy. And of course, our hearts go out to all of the people that were affected by this. But um, I've said it for a very very long time. The problem that we have in this country is that we just have too many just absolute broken people just walking around trying to find their place in the world. And
Mhm.
the break in our society happened somewhere around the 60s. Before the 60s, there was certain things that you did to become and be successful at being an adult. Um, but at the 60s, that's when people started being like, I don't have to conform to tradition. And in not conforming to the traditions, um the breaking traditions also broke the families up. And
Yeah.
we're not who we were we're not who we were to our families, and we're not who we were to each other. And people don't have support systems, and they don't have things to lean on, so they go out searching for stuff, whether it is the gay clubs or the religions or the these groups, these hate groups, and all of this other stuff. Like, you have broken people trying to find something that makes them feel whole, not actually be whole. And a lot of people will say that religion is supposed to be that thing, but sometimes it ain't. Like, it, sometimes the religion that you choose may not be the one that you're supposed to be a part of. I'm not disparaging anybody that's a part of Islam in any way, shape, or form, but I have my own problems with Christianity, but it's still like, sometimes, and depending on who gets a hold of you, you may get filled with the wrong thing.
Well, yeah,
and I think that's the biggest issue that we face right now, is we have too many people that are broken and that have holes in themselves, in their souls, whatever you want to call it. And when it gets filled up with the wrong thing, it can lead to things like this happening. And the fact that his ex-wife now, she's saying that he went to the club before and he was on the DL. Like, he probably was conflicted about himself, and that just led him to doing something rash.
Right. And I do agree that there is an absence of purpose, and self in our country. And a lot of people say what they will about religion before. That's what religion brings. It brings a purpose, and it fills it with love. Now, some religions that's not classified and not as structured or definitive a position. But despite all that, we don't do we don't hold theological debates on this channel, but that lost their lives, man.
Ain't no debates, because you feel the way that you feel, and I'm like, all right, you got it.
Right. And because I know it ain't no convincing you as much as I try. But yeah. So thing is, people lost their lives, and it's a shame, because it was at someone else's decision to end it for them, and that's always a tragedy in my eyes. And
even if you felt like if any part of you felt like what they were doing was wrong, you gave them no chance to atone. You gave them no chance to turn around. And if you think that there's some error in what they're doing, you gave them no chance to see the error of their ways. Whether or not it was an error or not, it's not for you to decide, dude.
I mean, exactly. So it was Omar Mir Sadiq Mateen, 29.
Man, don't talk about that dude, man.
No, all I'm saying is he had an AR-15 rifle. Now I'm of the right. People have the right to own firearms, but I think in a civilian capacity, if you didn't serve in the military, why would you need an AR?
There used to be an assault rifle ban that went away a few years ago during the Bush era, and who didn't see this coming?
Right, and so I'm just saying.
And I know at least 5 people with an AR-15. Now, most of the time, the AR-15s are semi, and they're basically one shot, and as long as you pull the trigger, it'll shoot until it runs out of bullets. They're not they're not automatic weapons. Like, I think it's illegal for it to be for you Joe Schmo at home to have an automatic, but you might get the hookup of actually hacking your AR-15 to be automatic. But at the end, I still don't think the guns are the problem. I don't either. It's the people in the holes, in the people that in like the blame game that we play as people, where we just point our fingers at everything else and we can't take responsibility for our own actions. I do it, like we all do it. we all do it, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. And we're not going to talk about millennials, but it's becoming more and more prevalent of not taking responsibility for your not taking
For your actions,
responsibility
yeah.
for your actions, and furthermore, not taking responsibility for your thoughts.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just I don't know. We'll get into it. It's an interesting conundrum. It really is, man. And in the end, 49 people were killed in this massacre, and another 53, I believe, are wounded.
Uh-huh.
So, the reports were 50 killed, but I think the numbers have been solidified now. It's 49, and
What? Wait, I think the numbers, it was 50 killed, but then they extracted
including
him from it. They
right
extracted.
because they extracted him the actual because it was a murder suicide. So he killed everyone and then killed himself. Well, killed as many people as he could and then killed himself.
That is such cowardice. Like
Yeah,
if you got enough sack in you to kill a whole bunch of people, to
enough sack.
to take yourself out in
Hmm.
the process is the most cowardly thing you can do. You want to be brave? Take yourself out first.
Hey, that would be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Like, you want to be brave. If you want to be brave, if you're thinking about doing something this stupid, if you really want to be brave, take yourself out first.
Man, I've solved a whole lot of issues. Tell you that
Yeah.
much.
I mean,
But
at what point does your your issue shouldn't be mine?
right,
And,
right, and that's the
and
thing.
all of these families have to deal with his issues.
Right, right, right. Because his issues spilled over into their lives.
Right.
And it's tough, man. It's tough. But all right, Scar, 7 o'clock, man. I think it's about that time. Well, 7 o'clock my time, Central Time.
Mhm.
Do you have any shout outs or anything?
Man, shout outs to everybody who check us out, whether now or
Mhm.
later. I I had one drink yesterday, and it was the first time I drank in a while. Um,
Mhm.
that was fun. I wanted to sing. Like, I was like, I know this is wrong.
Want to get
I
that
know
harmony
something.
line
I, yeah, I almost went to glory. Like, I was like, like, I
right? Like,
went there. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I know this is affecting me because I got a rum and coke, and you
mhm.
get a lot of coke, a little bit of rum, everything's fine. I ain't taste no coke
Right.
in this drink when I first got it. Um, the lady came and was like, she was getting the drinks for us. Like, that's
Hmm.
it was at a country club that
Hmm.
I probably wouldn't be allowed in if the owner wasn't a big time member there. If the owner of my company wasn't a big time member at this country club, and that's where we do all our like company events. Um,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, so she went and got the drinks. I had to have her go get me two more cokes for me to pour the rum and coke into,
You had to dilute it that much.
to dilute it a little bit. I only had one drink, but technically I had three because I had to split
Right.
that up because it was not going good for your boy. Like I said, I'm sitting there, I'm like, why do I want to sing right now? So I know I was real messed up. But let me tell you, they had some like finger food, right? They had like
Hmm.
some meatballs, some of these little egg roll things, some fruit and some vegetables and
All
stuff
right.
like that. And then they had some chicken wings. And bruh, the chicken at this country club was so good that I think they had slaves in the back. Like, it was the chicken was so good. It was
Was that the
perfectly
rum talking,
seasoned.
or was it just legit
It
off the
was
top?
perfectly seasoned. Well, I was there because I was doing um I was doing some light wingman activities for my homie. So
There
I
you
was
go.
there. I was there much longer than I expected to be there. Um,
Hmm.
so I was kind of like helping him figure out what he was trying to do. If that's me,
Right.
not,
Right.
not saying too much. I was helping him trying to figure out what he was going to do. But he drove, so I was stuck. I was stuck there with him. Um, So yeah, it was cool. I had a good time, and that means for the end of the year meeting and for the end of the year party, I am going to get blitzed.
You planning on it, huh?
I'm going to get blitzed. Like I don't normally drink very much because normally I'm driving, and then
Mm-hmm.
last year my girl got like tore down drunk, which is
Mm-hmm.
I want to get drunk. I want to get tore down drunk, and I want to get tore down drunk, and I want people to have to deal with me for a change.
Ah,
I'm gonna.
you say that now.
That's what my plan is.
You say it.
I want to be sloppy drunk. I want to not be able to walk straight to the car, and somebody gonna have to hold my fat ass up. Like this is going to happen. I'm planning this
Okay.
now. It is June.
All right.
That's gonna happen in December. Someone's gonna hold me the fuck up in December. Really? Did you hear that?
I heard a little something like it ain't gonna be me. It's
No,
basically what I heard.
she probably got to start lifting weights.
Oh, okay.
I want to do that because I'm always the responsible one. I don't want to
Right.
be responsible. I want to be
Just one time.
irresponsible. I want to be irresponsible just one time. I want to be totally irresponsible. I want to be the obnoxious drunk person. I want to do that at least once.
Who said you had to be tipsy to be that way though?
No, I want to be the obnoxious drunk person. Like I've been the funny drunk person before.
Okay. Okay. All right, man. All right. All right. So okay. So shout outs to your job then. Shout outs to the
Yeah.
rum and coke. Shout outs to the bar that hooked you up. Doing with the extra cokes. Anybody?
Oh, you
No one
you broke
else?
you broke out. You said anybody else? Man, just shout out to everybody listening. Samson Simpson, Gamma. I ain't gonna say the other part, but you know who you are. Samson Simpson is the only person that every single week comments and has something to say about the show. And we,
Right.
we we appreciate you, Samson Simpson.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. I'm probably gonna. I may see him this summer. He may be swinging back out this direction. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I know he definitely said he's gonna be out by you.
Okay,
So,
I'm here.
but yeah. Yep. Yep. I know. Well, we already working that out. So, so we'll get that. I got to shout outs to everybody who came and joined you and me during E3. So whether it was Jaybird 360, Casual Terror, whether it was Mailmen showed up. I think Knox showed up once, Ace showed up once. I mean, if you showed up, appreciate you. Your Devious Mr. Matt, we got our pre-show in, and I was actually trying to publish it on the Facetious feed today, even though I don't have the logo out there. I'm gonna put it up for temporarily. I'm gonna go in and
Man,
change it
he was
later.
the one you got.
That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to put it up, and I'm just running into some issues, so I'm gonna have to get with Will on it. But we're gonna have that E3 show up. It's already been edited. It's already pretty much been uploaded to the site. I just need to get it published. So it's just file path stuff is throwing me off. But shout outs to everyone who showed up, who listened. Shout outs to Road Spear who jumped in the chat today. Shout outs to everybody, man. I really appreciate it. It was fun. And looking to do more stuff like that all the time just because it's fun and we can. So everybody, thank you so much for listening. Scar, we still need to record a drop, and
Oh crap! I keep forgetting.
but
I'm supposed to
it's all right.
remind
It's all good, man. It's all I know it. I wasn't supposed to remind you. You gonna be on this one. You said you got it. You said you got it last time. So,
I
but
ain't never got it.
see, the truth comes out, people. The truth. Nah, I mean.
No, you know what I'm saying?
so you can catch us, you can catch me here, you catch me on Twitter, L Asbury, same particular address, Larry ASBERRYJR on Google Plus, on Facebook, and that's my email at openformradio.com. And I am Bluemanrule on every gaming network out there. Scar, how can they find you?
Do mine because you keep breaking up for me, so I want to make sure they can hear it.
Okay, for sure. So Scarfinger is he's at Scarfinger on Twitter. He's Scarfinger Hoodrich on Google Plus. You can find him at GeeksGone Raw webpage and group on Google Plus and the Dream Team group on Google Plus, and you can catch him on the Scarcasm Live group, and he is Scarfinger36 here on YouTube, and that's about it. So everybody, thanks for watching. We'll be back in here again next week. Looks like it's going to be Thursdays temporarily for now. Thursdays 7 Eastern. I know this one was just and even I was late today. So but just look for us next week, Thursday 7 Eastern. We'll be in your ear again soon. Deuces.
Nigga, what's
With that.
say? Nah, peace out to the
You just
warriors.
peace out to the world.